Welcome back, science fans. The world is full of captivating landscapes and magical destinations. Yet, some of nature's most beautiful creations can also be its most deadly. Snow can be beautiful, from simple flurries on a winter's day to the breathtaking majesty of snow-capped mountains. But when tons of it crashes down a mountainside all at once, it can be one of the most destructive forces on Earth. Don't believe me? Watch this. The avalanche starts across the valley miles away. As it descends, it picks up speed, accelerating and lifting rocks, dirt, and anything in its path. At first, it seems there's no chance for the storm to reach the cameraman. The valley is spread between mountain peaks, and it's inconceivable that the snow will reach his spot. But it continues to roll and churn and move at lightning speed. Seconds later, the cameraman realizes his mistake. But it's too late. He can only duck down and prepare to be buried, and pray that rescue will come soon. Avalanches. They can strike without warning, bringing death and destruction in their wake. To understand them, we must delve into their science. An avalanche occurs when a layer of snow becomes unstable and separates from the snow beneath it. There can be many reasons for this instability. Additional weight from a recent snowfall, rapid temperature changes, vibrations from human activity, or even the passage of time. Despite what many people believe, the amount of snow is not the issue. It's the layers. Different layers of snow have different properties. The stage is set for an avalanche when a weaker layer is buried beneath a denser layer. It's also important to remember that avalanches aren't just made of snow. They can also carry along rocks, boulders, vegetation, and any other loose material they pick up along their path. Avalanches have claimed thousands of lives throughout history. Watch how close this family came to being buried alive. The avalanche you're watching was intentionally set by ski patrol teams and safety experts in order to reduce the risk of an unplanned one. This practice, known as avalanche mitigation, involves triggering smaller, controlled avalanches when the area is clear of people. This is done regularly because planning for one under controlled conditions is much better than dealing with an unexpected, potentially larger, and more dangerous avalanche. But as you can see, this one went terribly wrong. Now that you've seen how destructive they can be, let's look at 3 of the most deadly ones ever recorded. The 1970 Huascarán avalanche in Peru remains a haunting memory for many people. Triggered by the intense 7.9 magnitude Ancash earthquake, a portion of Mount Huascarán's north face collapsed. This caused an avalanche of ice and rock, which raced down the mountain and destroyed everything in its path. Within a few moments, it buried the towns of Yungay and Ranrahirca under millions of cubic feet of ice and debris. The avalanche traveled 9 miles in about 3 minutes, highlighting the speed of these natural disasters. Despite the efforts of local and international rescue teams, the recovery was heart-wrenching because the avalanche had obliterated the towns. The devastation claimed approximately 20,000 lives and is the deadliest avalanche in recorded history. Next, we have the 1910 Wellington, Washington avalanche in the United States, the country's deadliest. On the night of February 28th, 2 trains became trapped in the small mountain town of Wellington. Storms that week had been relentless, dropping enormous amounts of snow. The passengers and crew waited in the station for the weather to clear up, but their wait would prove fatal. Just after midnight, a thunderous sound was heard as snow broke free from Windy Mountain's side. The avalanche raced down the slope and directly into the town. The force of the avalanche was so powerful that it swept the trains off the tracks and into Ty Creek, 150 feet below, killing 96 people. The tragedy marked a turning point in how railroads managed snow in the Cascade Mountains. The Great Northern Railway, which owned the trains, constructed snow sheds and tunnels to protect trains from avalanches, and Wellington was later renamed Ty in an attempt to escape the infamy brought by the disaster. Finally, let's journey to Austria for our 3rd example, the Blans avalanches of 1954. The small village of Blans, nestled in the Austrian Alps, was where 2 avalanches hit one after another. The resulting disaster was one of the deadliest avalanche disasters in European history. On January 11th, the first avalanche struck in the morning after a night of heavy snowfall. It roared down the slopes of the Mutkopf mountain, burying a large part of the village under tons of snow and ice. But the horror was not over. As rescue operations were underway, a second avalanche struck later that night. This one followed a different path, crushing houses that had escaped the first avalanche and killing many of the rescuers as well. The disaster claimed 125 lives, a significant portion of the village's population. Rescue efforts were further complicated by the fact that Blanze was cut off from the outside world. Because of this, it took days for heavy machinery to arrive and help with the rescue and recovery. The Blanze avalanches profoundly impacted the development of avalanche defense structures and early warning systems in Austria and throughout the Alps. Now, I'm sure you're all wondering, can you outrun an avalanche? Unfortunately, the answer is no. Avalanches can reach speeds of up to 80 miles per hour within 5 seconds. So beating one, even on a snowmobile or skis, is nearly impossible. If you see an avalanche coming your way, your best bet is to try to move to the side, away from it. If you're lucky, you can survive, but time is critical. About 90% of victims can be rescued if they're dug out within the first 15 minutes, but unfortunately, after that, the survival rate drops dramatically. You may find the snow high over your head if you're buried. Try to create an air pocket in front of your face to help you breathe. Stay calm and do whatever you can to signal your location to rescuers. They will use a combination of beacon searches, probe lines, and rescue dogs to locate you. Before your adventure, equip yourself with avalanche safety gear like an avalanche beacon, probe, and shovel. An avalanche airbag can help keep you near the surface of the snow. This is an interesting device that increases a person's size relative to the flowing snow particles. This is known as the Brazil nut effect and helps you stay on top of the avalanche instead of being buried underneath. As usual, prevention is the best defense, so pay attention to weather reports and avalanche forecasts, and don't travel alone. But even if you're not alone, you still must be careful. Maintain enough distance from others to prevent excess weight on a snow slab, and always have a pre-planned route. Contrary to popular belief, noise doesn't cause avalanches. They are triggered by additional load or vibration, not sound. So you can yell all you want, but tread lightly. Avalanches, while undeniably beautiful in their raw, natural power, are a reminder of the unpredictability and danger of the wilderness. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the science and dangers of avalanches. Remember, the snow under your feet could be a sleeping giant. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe for more content. But we're not done exploring. We're about to turn up the heat as we leave the chilling snowscapes. From the cold, white snow, we're heading into the blazing heart of the wildest and most unforgiving storms on Earth, forest fires. Until the next time,